Hello everyone and welcome to this video. So today we're going to be looking into your year ahead. We're going to look into 2024 and see what messages want to come through for you about this. I'm pretty excited to film this one. I always find it really interesting to do these year ahead readings, and yeah. So we have three groups as usual. Group number 1 is disruption. Group number 2 is the water fairy, and group number 3 is the spider. So go ahead and pick your card and then I'll see you for your reading. Hello group 1. So you chose disruption for your year ahead, and I feel like this is an energy similar to the Tower card in the tarot. So it's about change that happens in a kind of a big way, like disruption. Yeah, a disruption to the status quo, a disruption to your normal life as you know it. And I feel that this is a positive disruption. I don't want you to feel afraid, because I feel like this is coming at the sort of end of a period of hardship. So I feel like the disruption is in some way bringing you out of a time of hardship or a period of suffering, or kind of the end to a long-standing challenge or addiction of some kind. Like there's some kind of a disruption where it's almost this energy of like something breaking, but it breaks in a way that's in your favor. So somehow, like for example, the energy, it's like if you've been struggling with, I don't know, an addiction of some kind, just as an example, it doesn't have to relate to your life, but I'm just trying to describe the energy I'm feeling. It's like struggling with an addiction, and then from somewhere deep within, like you find a new strength and it just cracks you open, and you find your path to freedom again. You find your path out of that addiction, that dark place. Even if you didn't know how it was going to happen, somehow it's like a crack happens within you, and all of this extra life force energy can come through you, where you're able to take action, or you're able to see a path that you might not have previously seen. So something is going to happen where it's going to disrupt your path and take you on a new timeline that is one that is going to offer you a lot more freedom. So I'm just seeing, yeah, this real shift, like it's from a place of struggle to a place of freedom. That's the disruption that's taking place. And your spirit guides really want you to know that you don't have to be afraid of any change that might be happening within you or around you, because this change is truly for your highest good. And if you have been going through a lot of intensity and a lot of like things that have been really testing your endurance for a long time, or a lot of things one after the other to have to deal with in life, like I really feel this disruption is going to elevate you to a place where things are going to feel a lot smoother and a lot easier to kind of like deal with. Yeah, because I'm seeing the water running in this card, and it's like you're going to be swept up from an energy within you, and it's going to carry you through your world in a new way. And it's going to be fast paced. Like your life is going to be looking very different in 2024, very different. So this could also be, again, coming up from a long time. It's like, it feels like it's a long time coming. So I feel like there's some kind of redemption or victory energy in this, where you're going to be able to, where are we going to go? I feel new cards coming through as I mid-sentence. Redemption. Yeah. Ooh. Third house, communication. Interesting. 2024. Look at that, 24, Saturn. Yeah. Saturn talks about things that, like Saturn rules time. So this is something like I was picking up that has been a part of the status quo for a long period of time, or you feel like you've been tested for a long period of time. It's giving, I'm getting a lot of water energy for your group actually. Like I'm seeing a lot of water imagery with the waterfall, and now I'm seeing like waves crashing at a beach. And if you've ever been like caught in that part where the waves are crashing, and you kind of keep having, like, this has happened to me when I was a kid. During summer, like the waves sometimes can keep coming and they keep crashing over you, and you can kind of keep getting stuck in this part of the ocean where the waves are crashing, and it can be hard to move out of that place because it can kind of keep pulling you back into that cycle of like being pulled underwater, and then you come up for air and another wave comes. And I feel like that's kind of been some element of your life has felt like that. Like you haven't been able to draw breath. There's just been wave after wave after wave. And so with the Saturn energy coming through, it's bringing me to a point of like completion, because Saturn also rules over the World card in the tarot, and the World card talks about finality, things ending, and you are kind of able to leave something that was challenging you behind because it's no longer a challenge for you anymore, because you have mastered it or you have reached some kind of redemption or victory. So I see you moving out of those choppy waters where those waves that keep come crashing, like you're going to be moving into like calmer waters. And I'm feeling a sense of safety returning. If there's been any issues with like your nervous system or anxiety coming up for you, I feel this is resolving for you in 2024. I feel a lot of calm energy coming to you. And again, the disruption is not meant to scare you. It's truly a gift. It's like a blessing. It's like, I can finally breathe again. You know, I'm finally been given a break by the universe, right? So with third house communication, this is a very light energy. So with Saturn, that's like pretty much the heaviest energy in the planets in a way. Like Saturn's a very heavy energy, and Saturn brings lessons through restrictions. But third house communication, that's really a very fertile energy to me. That's about kind of pollination, like, you know, when air brings different seeds and it pollinates different pastures, this kind of energy. Like I feel like you're going to be, again, moving out of a really heavy energy or a really energy where things have been restricted or things have been challenging, and you're moving into a place of lightness and calmness. And I'm seeing a lot of fertility for you, really like a fertile time. So for some of you that could mean having a baby, oh my gosh, but obviously not for everyone. But I do see some kind of fertility message coming through, and I see potentially with the third house coming through, this is fertility in the realm of your ideas and your creativity. So really, it's kind of like you've been through so much struggle and challenge that naturally can dampen the creative spirit within us, you know, because of course there's other things that can take our attention in life, and we have to process emotions for the things that we go through and things like this. So I see that you've been in a different phase, and it's like there's some kind of shift happening for you where there's a lightness returning, and so the ideas in your brain are just going to be so flowing. And I see you maybe even changing up your life in ways that you didn't expect, because you hadn't seen that possibility before. You hadn't seen that timeline and where it could go for you. So let's pull some tarot cards, hey? Page of Wands, that's beautiful. Beautiful for this energy, yes. What have we got? We've got the Three of Wands, we've got the Two of Pentacles. Again, I'm just getting change happening for you. And we have the Ten of Pentacles, great. So finances coming through for you. I'm seeing very stable year financially. With the Ten of Pentacles, maybe even unexpected resources coming in to assist you financially. But I'm seeing stability in your finances, and I'm seeing that, again, almost with the Two of Pentacles, it's giving me like an alternative reality. It's giving me a new timeline. Like you are going to be moving into a new timeline, almost in like a parallel universe. I know that sounds intense, but the card you chose is intense. Disruption is not a casual energy. It's a big energy. So yeah, there's a sense of flipping worlds, like changing timelines, and really being set upon a path that feels really good, because sometimes we're on our path and we're 100% in alignment and it still feels terrible, right? It doesn't feel very good. And that can obviously lead us to question, like, am I in alignment? This feels so hard. What's going on? But for you, like, this disruption is bringing in a sense of knowing that you're in alignment because of how good you feel, how much life force energy is available to you, because the Page of Wands is giving me like childlike energy, but in the sense of, you know how young children can just seem to have so much energy, or like a puppy, how a puppy, it can take a lot of work to like tire out puppy, right? Because they just keep wanting to go. So I'm seeing this energy really being within you of this, wow, just having a lot of energy to just keep going, and it taking a lot more to kind of tire you out. And I think that's going to, again, be such a refreshing shift for you, because with Saturn can be an exhausting planet when we go through a Saturn-like cycle, or a Saturn, a Saturn lesson. So it's a really almost polarizing, like, you're really changing from one extreme to the other almost. So it's almost like, I don't know, there's going to be a sense of, it's almost like your body and your mind and your spirit are going to have to adapt to this change. Because, okay, it's giving me this image of, you know, when people go diving really deep into the ocean, and the pressure, the pressurized of being underwater is like so intense that when you come back up to the surface, like if you've been diving, you have to go really slow and steady and kind of like re-acclimatize every, like, I don't know, 10 meters or however many meters it is, and you just keep, and you have to spend like 30 minutes there acclimatizing, and then you go up and a little bit more, and then you go up a little bit more. So because I'm seeing such a shift, like from going from the bottom of the ocean to you know, poking your head out for air again and going onto dry land, it's like that is the kind of shift I'm feeling for you. So it's going to, like, for your own kind of ability to acclimatize to this shift, there might be sort of phases coming in. That's what I'm getting, like just how a diver has to acclimatize to the different pressures of the sea, and not, because, you know, when people, like, it's called the bends or something, and it's like they get air bubbles in their veins or something. It's horrible. So yeah, so I'm seeing it's going to be a safe transit for you, a safe change, a safe transition, but it is going to be big. And there could be a sense of, I'm seeing restoring health here. Like if you've had any health conditions that might have been making you feel a lot more tired, fatigued, like I'm just seeing a real shift in your energy levels and in your ability to channel your life force energy onto the earth. And I'm also seeing for you, 2024 is gonna be a bit of a golden year for you. Like it's gonna be a positive year where you're gonna look back and be like, yeah, on the whole, good year. And I feel like there's something about the energy in 2024 where like you are more of a match to it. And I guess you could interpret that in a lot of ways. Maybe your personal numerology for 2024 is more of a match, or the astrological transits that are going to be happening in 2024 are more beneficial to you. They're more, you know, bringing you blessings, right? So yeah, there's something about this year ahead for you that is very good. Very, very good. And with the communication energy, I also feel like you might be meeting new people. Or you might be connecting with people. There's some very social aspect to your year, maybe more at the start of your year, but there's something very social about your energy. Like you're going to want to be connecting, and like maybe even you're going to be studying something new or becoming, like I see maybe the potential for a bit of becoming a little bit obsessed with some kind of a new hobby, or hyperfixated on something new. And really, really, you're going to be activated by other people's ideas, or, you know, reading this book. It's just activating all these things in you, and you're like, wow, and it's inspiring you, and you're seeing different creative projects and where you can go. I also see travel could be available to you next year as well. So 2024 could be a year that you are traveling. You might be traveling to another place in on the earth, like international travel. You might be meeting friends from different countries, these kinds of things. I'm seeing a really expanded energy for you where, again, what you thought might be available to you suddenly becomes a lot bigger. You see a bit more of a bigger picture of like, wow, there's all of this available to me. So that's really, really positive. All right, let's pull some more cards. Oh, where are we gonna go? Here. Oh my gosh, the Chariot. And the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Okay. Oh my gosh, the stars on the back of the deck. Let's get one more. Justice. Wow, this is all major arcana. Okay. That is really big. I didn't think it could get more intense, but we got more intense. Okay, group one. What a year for you. Like I was saying, redemption, redeeming something, like, whoa. Like, redemption, maybe that's the wrong word. I should probably look up the definition of it because I don't know if that's the right word. But it's like victory. And it's also, I just see you really being able to move forward on your path. Like with Saturn, there's restrictions and we learn from them, etc. But for you, it's like finally you can move forwards. Finally, you know, the engine has been repaired and you can make great progress again. So yeah, with the Chariot, I see you zooming ahead. And I see you zooming ahead, but you're zooming ahead and you're hand in hand with Spirit, with the star. You are totally hand in hand with Spirit this year ahead for you, and that's so beautiful. And with the Wheel of Fortune, it's like your luck is changing. I know that when things have been hard for so long, it can really feel like easy to lose hope that things will actually change. But with the Wheel of Fortune and Justice, this is talking about change that is going to happen for you. And if you have been exhausted on your path, the good news is that you aren't going to have to put in so much effort anymore to make change happen. This change is happening of its own accord. This change that's coming in for you has its own energy to it. It's like this is the universe creating a change for you, disrupting the status quo for you in the most blessing kind of way. So, and it might even be a surprise for some of you. There might be something surprising that comes from this. Like you thought that your life was going in one direction, all good, and then boom, something disrupts it and you suddenly change paths. But again, there's nothing to fear. I know that we can like to know exactly what's going to happen and what the outcome will be. But this is not going to, this surprise is not going to wound you, right? It might take a little bit of adapting to, like I was saying, the different pressures you come up from diving at the bottom of the ocean, right? You have to acclimatize to it. But ultimately, it's putting you in such a good place. It's putting you in such a good environment. Like I'm really seeing your environment just being perfect for your living conditions. Your living conditions. I don't think that's what I meant to say, but it came out of my mouth. Like your environment perfect for your needs and your, you know how we each, like I like to look to nature to see the way that Spirit works. And you know, a bird needs a tree and the sky to fly, and a fish needs water to swim in, and that's its environment, its habitat. So it's like, so too as humans, we have a perfect habitat for us, and that habitat might change over our lifespan, but we can kind of intuitively tell when we're in the right place because of how it feels within us, you know? So wow. What else am I seeing here? I feel like the main change I'm seeing is to do with your creative projects, your friendships, or your connections, like network, your social life, your travel life, your financial life. I'm not seeing a huge amount of relationship energy coming through in your reading. I could see if you are in a long-term relationship, there could be some kind of deciding to get married, like deciding or somehow deciding, if it's not marriage, like somehow deciding to solidify your connection with someone into, you know, like something that's more committed. Like I'm seeing you committing to someone potentially, but I'm not sure, like with the Page of Wands, it could be having a lot of fun, like you're having a lot of fun in your love life, or for, yeah, those of you who are in a relationship already, there could be a deepening of that commitment, some kind of, maybe choosing to officiate in some way or move in together or something like this. Friends are going to be a really important aspect of your year, or whatever friendship means to you, like something about your ability to have fun and to be in the frequency of joy and to just enjoy yourself and to enjoy your life. It's going to be the forefront of your year, is joy and enjoyment. And how do I share this experience with everyone? Like there's a real openness in your energy field. And if you've been going through anything that might keep you more closed off from the world, like I see that really changing. And again, it's changing in a way that is organic. So, you know, you don't have to know, like your spirit guides want you to know, you don't have to know, how am I going to get from A to Z? Because like right now I'm over here and Bridget's describing all this energy that feels really far away from me. Like some of you might be thinking that, but your spirit guide's saying you don't have to know how you're going to get there. It's more just coming through to know that this is going to happen. Like you don't have to make it happen through your own will and intelligence or anything like that. Like there is a universal energy that's at play, and sometimes cycles just cycle out and a new cycle comes in and it feels like, oh my gosh, we won the lottery, you know? So let's pull some final cards for your group and we'll see. Final message for group 1 for 2024, Spirit. The Novice, I love it. Innocence, beginner, ignorance, new skill without practice, unstable curiosity. And look, back of the deck is wealth. So again, there is some kind of like financial message that Spirit wants you to know. Money is going to be okay. I'm feeling stable, not just okay, but like there's a stability here. Like you're going to be rooted in the material world. And the reason that's coming through, you're going to be rooted in the material world so that you can embody this energy of the novice, where you can explore in your mental, in your spiritual world, in your emotional world. Like, how do I explore this universe while I'm rooted in having my material needs be taken care of for me? So that's going to be a big, energy for you, where innocence, beginner, ignorance, new skill without practice, unstable curiosity, the novice. Exactly, I see you bursting with life force energy. And I'm feeling beginner's luck for you. And this sort of new skill without practice, but I feel like you're going to become really obsessed with this skill. You're going to become really obsessed with where can I take this, or how can I, like, you're going to want to just dive in. And I'm seeing you becoming interested in new things with the novice, like. And again, it's like a new life, the novice, exactly. It's a life that you haven't lived yet. And I mean, every year is a life we haven't lived yet, I guess. but it's like there's real big elements of your life that will be changing, and you're going to feel kind of like a novice, but it's going to feel so good. It's going to feel so good because you know that passion, that almost unending passion that you can have when you start to become really obsessed. Like, I don't say obsessed, I mean it in a positive way. I know obsession can have a negative connotation, and maybe obsessed isn't the right word, but I kind of like to use it. It's just a word I use. Becoming obsessed with something to the point where, you know, you're so passionate, but it just lights you up every day. It's like, yes, I wanted to spend, like, you know, I want to spend my whole day like knitting or surfing or doing yoga or whatever it is. Like there's something you're going to pick up, like a practice, or maybe it's even just traveling the world and you feel like a novice, like, wow, I've never done this before, or I'm entering into all these new places and it's, you know, highlighting or activating all these different things for me. So yeah, it's really, really positive. And it might also be you feel like a novice in relationships, or you feel like a novice in friendships, or in like you're putting yourself out there more, or you are putting a creative project out into the world that is like taking you into a new timeline, and you're going to feel like a bit of a novice. Like, I don't know if this, you know, not knowing like if something's going to work out, but I see beginner's luck for you. And with the unstable curiosity, that's funny. I feel like it's just because there's so much that is pulling you. How do I word this? There's so much that is piquing your interest. There's so much that you feel you could explore and be passionate about. And I love this energy for you because it's so abundant and it's so expansive, and it's so this growth mindset where you don't see, oh, well, I can't pick up this skill because I've never done it before and it might look silly. It's like, no, you're reclaiming that almost childlike energy within all of us that says, I can do anything. And you're actually like rooting into that instead of being like, oh, whatever, you know, life's hard, that's not true, rah, rah. Like, there's something where you're getting back in touch with that, and it's lighting you up so much, and you're seeing the magic of it in the real world. It's not like, there's such a positivity to me coming off this novice card. It's like you're doing something, maybe you've never done it before, like traveling or something, and you're like, wow, I'm actually really good at this, or I'm actually really good at you know, making connections, or whatever aspect of it that maybe you were afraid of. So yeah, I see connections being really important to you, and maybe being able to let yourself be seen more in relationships with communication as well. Like, I see a real positivity in the connections that you're forming, or the connections that you've already formed are going to be deepening. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that just ended really suddenly, but Spirit's like, yep, that's all. Okay, well, group 1, I wish you all the best for 2024, and I feel like it's going to be an amazing year for you. And yeah, you might want to come back and like look at this reading or review it at different times during the year or at the end of the year and see what happens. But yeah, all the best, and I'll see you really soon. Bye. Group 2, I feel like 2024 is going to be such a gentle year for you. I feel like it's going to be like a big soft hug and cuddle where it's like, oh, I just feel like there's going to be a lot of healing happening for you because you chose the water fairy with feelings and emotions. And I feel like there could be, like, I'm getting that energy of, you know, when it just feels really good to just be in your body, like there's some kind of just energy of well-being going through you, and it just feels really good. I'm seeing that, but I'm also seeing like tears. I'm seeing crying, but I'm seeing that it's crying, like, you know, when it feels really good to cry, it feels cathartic, it feels like you're releasing something deep and it's clearing it, right? It's healing it through crying. Like, I feel there's something maybe coming to the surface, because see how she's in this pond and she's come up from the depths of the pond and she's looking at us, and I feel like there's something maybe coming to the surface for you, but it's going to be freeing you, it's going to be allowing you to experience a lot more well-being on the daily. And I feel you being really supported as well. Having the support, like maybe feeling it, and it might be just a spiritual support. Like, I don't know exactly what that will look like for everyone, but I feel your connection to spirit is going to be a lot, like a really strong and important way of how you receive the year. Like, how do I put this? You're going to be really connected with spirit in 2024, which is going to make it a lot easier for you to process life as it happens on earth, because you're going to be connecting it. Like, you know, when you feel disconnected from spirit sometimes, and it feels that's the time when, you know, faith is lost, or you can't see a way out, or, you know, you feel just really low. Like, I'm seeing it's like you're going to be going through some hard things, yes, some emotional things, but it's going to not be done in a place that's disconnected from spirit. You're going to be able to maintain your connection to spirit as you go through the tears or the processing of some kind of an event. And I feel like it's an event from your past. I feel like it's not like you're going to have to process like from the year ahead so much as it's processing from the past. And really allowing yourself to release some emotions, like release some stuck energy, and that is going to really allow things to flow within you and outside of you as well, like a real flowing energy for your life, for your year ahead. And yeah, it's like flow state, like things, synchronicities lining up, one after the other after the other. Things seeming to almost happen outside of your control, because with this water fairy energy, it's clearly a very feminine, beautiful energy coming through. So I feel like there's going to be a sense maybe that you're taken on a journey, a sacred journey in 2024, some kind of a spiritual journey in 2024, where you might feel like aspects of your life path feel like they're just happening, like you kind of are presented with opportunities, or someone comes in to give you a divine message from spirit and give you information you didn't realize, and you'll be like, wow. So there's a lot of activations happening to do with kind of things happening for you, and therefore allowing you to be in this space where you can really process it. It might also be information coming in for you, like that really sets you free somehow, or reconnecting with someone from your past, and you just end up talking with them and they are saying, hey, remember how this thing, and it really like unlocks something in you. Like there's something deep within you that's unlocking and releasing, but it's not, it truly, I really want you to know, it's not going to feel like, it's gonna feel really good to cry and to acknowledge it, because it's something that's always been within you, but you haven't always known how to heal it, or how to release it, or how to move with it, you know. So yeah, there's something, and you don't need to know how to do that, because this energy is, it's sort of rising within you like a bubble. You know how a bubble comes up and it goes boop? It's kind of like that. So there will be a bubble bursting, but it's not in a bad way. It's like there's a bubble bursting and it's leading to so much more space within you, right? Okay, let's pull some more cards, okay? So 2024 for group 2 spirit, what do you want them to know? Oh, 4th house home, exactly. The 4th house is really talking about, oh my gosh, are you serious? Heal on the back of the deck. I just got distracted, I couldn't. Okay. So the 4th house talks about our inner world, and you know, our emotional world, and our, you know, it's the part of us that we can't ever fully let someone else see. It's like we can tell someone our deepest secrets, or, you know, how we like things that are really personal to us, but there's something about the inner world that we each experience that is so private that it can't fully be explained, or it can't fully be revealed. It will always, in a sense, be within us, and therefore be dark, like in the darkness within us, like it won't ever be fully viewed. And so that's that personal, private place within you that you are feeling connected to, and you're feeling connected to your heart and to your spirit. And so this is the place within you that's so calm and that's so loving, and that is allowing this connection within you, like this safe place within you is allowing so much healing to happen, because it's almost like it doesn't matter. And look, 28, and 2 + 8 is 1. And I'm kind of getting this energy of like, you're not going to even feel like you really need other people to help you through what you're going to be processing in 2024. It's going to be something that's so deeply within you, and that is actually a good thing. Like there's sort of something about the fact that it's happening internally that you're going to be able to explain it a little bit, and you're going to be able to, you know, seek help when you need it, and to whatever is going to help you to heal is going to be available to you, and you're going to reach out for that. But I'm just seeing this private world within you that is going to be the thing that really heals you, is that you are feeling home within yourself. You're at home within yourself. Yeah. And there's some kind of like a silence there, some kind of an enough, like feeling like you are enough, and that you don't have to reach for anything outside of yourself. Like sometimes it's nice, sometimes it's needed, but it's sort of this internal anchor that you are going to be so anchored deep within yourself, and it's so powerful, and so much healing is coming from this. I also see this impacting others in your life, not really by you needing to try to impact others in your life, but I feel that the depth of healing that you're doing is going to rub off on other people. And you might also feel like you need a lot of alone time in 2024 with the 4th house, or you need to be more in the comfort of your home or your safe place. And this might not be the year that you feel like you need to challenge yourself to get out of your comfort zone. I feel like this is a very different energy. This is a sanctuary, right? This is something that it's a sacred space that you're cultivating around you. And you really just need to listen to your intuition in 2024. Like, don't do what you feel obligated or what you feel is expected of you to do. Just follow your intuition, even if it takes you somewhere unexpected, or even if other people in your life don't like it. Just follow it anyway, because it's true and it's leading you on a healing path that other people can't predict, other people can't see. And it's something that's so deep within you. It's like other people are going to see it because they're going to see the healing as it's happening. But it's sort of like you need to be able to make decisions for yourself and not do like the status quo thing or what someone in your life is like trying to persuade you to do. You have to just listen deeply, because you know what you need and you know how to look after yourself. So there might be some challenge in 2024 of putting yourself first. I'm seeing like you might be, used to putting other people first, or which is, common, but I feel like for you though, there's going to be an easefulness to it. It's not going to feel like, oh, I really have to, knuckle down and put myself first this year. I think it's going to feel more like a calling, and you're going to feel so content to be in your own energy, or at your own home, like in your safe place with like your pets or your kids or your partner or your friends, like, or your family. Like there's some kind of closeness that you need. And it might not be the year where you want to meet a whole bunch of new people or you want to spend a lot of energy on other people. It's like, no, you need to spend your energy on yourself, because there's such a profound healing that's taking place, and it's going to be it's going to be taking place regardless of sort of how you choose to show up in 2024. Like, I don't think there's anything that you could do that would derail this healing, because I feel it's got its own movement. See the snake energy, like it's got its own kundalini life force. It's got its own movement that's happening in the universe. However, we can always give ourselves the right environment. We can always provide ourselves the right environment to heal. Just like if we have a wound on our arm, that wound is going to know how to heal. Like, we don't need to know how do the cells all function in the body to know like where to go and to, heal that wound. It's like, no, we can just give it the right environment. We can make sure it's clean. We can check in on it. We can put a bandage on it, but ultimately that can just heal on its own, right? So I see that you're going to be very sensitive to the environment in which you are healing within. Sensitive is a good word for your year ahead. Like, you might feel more sensitive to things that previously you weren't. And yeah, your spirit guides just want you to really give yourself the grace of listening to your body and listening to what you need, and really letting go of how other people are going to perceive that, or how other people are going to judge you for that. Like, I don't really feel like there's going to be a lot of judgment or anything coming at you or anything like that, but I feel like you might judge yourself a little bit, because it might be a change of pace, or you might be used to always being able to put 100 people before yourself and serve, and then now you feel like you've run out of energy and ability to do that. And it might confront you to see your own worth and your own worth to just give to yourself for a while or forever, But so there might be a sense of challenge of putting yourself first is the challenge I see for you in 2024. But I see you really doing it because you have almost a protective energy over yourself. Just like when we have a wound like on us, we're not going to like let someone come and like poke in it or anything, right? We're going to be protective of ourselves and be like, hey, this hurts, like back off. So I feel like there's a self-protection energy here, but it's from a really healthy and loving place. Like, it's from a almost like parental place. Like, you want to protect yourself like a mother or a father protects their child. Archetypally. Obviously it doesn't always happen. Anyway. Alright, let's pull some more cards. The Knight of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. Interesting. Spirit, Very interesting, because the Knight of Pentacles is a very slow moving energy. It's kind of about just putting one foot in front of the other, and you just keep walking, you know, no matter how tired you get, you just keep going. Pretty much the Knight of Pentacles talks about how sometimes in life we just have to keep on going, right? But then the Eight of Wands is almost the opposite energy. The Eight of Wands is like things picking up speed. Things are, you know, like when a train starts to leave a station, and at first it's pretty slow because it's heavy, but then after time it gets really fast, and all of a sudden it's going really, really fast, and it's got all this momentum, right? So the Eight of Wands is kind of talking about the energy really picking up for you. So this could be simultaneously happening in your life, because energy on Earth is complex. So not only one thing has to exist, you know. So it could be both of these things happening at once, where in certain areas of your life you feel like, wow, this, you know, all of a sudden I'm going really fast, or I'm building up so much momentum, or things are really taking off for me. But then in other areas of your life, you might feel like, wow, I'm just really putting one foot in front of the other one. Like I'm just keeping on going. Or it could be that the energy is shifting for you throughout the year, where it might feel like at the beginning things are really heavy, and just like when the train just begins to leave the station, it's heavy and it's slow, but it keeps on going and it builds momentum to the point where, you know, it's traveling so fast that it's even hard for it to stop. So this is the energy. I feel like it could be a bit of both. Like it could be that there might be some things in life that feel slow, some things that feel really fast, but I feel like over the course of the year that the energy will pick up into this Eight of Wands energy. And it could even be like you wow, there's some kind of transformation maybe happening as well with your energy levels. I'm seeing now as another message coming through from these cards. Like you might feel you start the year or a long period of time with some kind of fatigue, or, you know, healing and emotional processing can, you know, we can feel that in our bodies, and physically as well as emotionally and mentally and spiritually or whatever. So I just feel like, yeah, something's going to be changing for you where your energy levels are going to be picking up. And maybe especially if you've been going through some kind of a physical health challenge, I'm seeing that your physical body is going to be healing, because I'm seeing with the Eight of Wands like more energy, more action, like maybe more activity. Like I'm seeing maybe going from not really having the energy to move or to work out heaps to kind of starting to really work out, or like I'm seeing a real shift for you by the end of the year, where maybe energy that was previously not available to you is now going to be available to you. And that is true when there's things in the body that aren't processed. Like when I look at it, when I do energy healings, when there's things in the body that aren't processed, it can really dampen the energy. It can really block the life force flow. And so I'm seeing some big release for you, like the bubble popping, and therefore this life force energy flowing back in and allowing, like being able to move through you again. So I also see if you're on any kind of a fitness journey or a health journey, that could be, yeah, like maybe even seeing changes in your physical body or in your fitness level, or in a positive way. Like, yeah, maybe being able to finally build muscle, or you know, get fitter, this kind of thing I'm seeing coming back to you. And again, your energy levels coming back to you by the end of the year, if you, yeah, because I'm seeing there is going to be more of a gentle focus, but I'm seeing it's like the healing is going to start to build and build and build, like the train analogy. It starts off slow and it's heavy, and it builds and it builds and it builds. And as this life force energy within you builds, it's like, well, your world naturally opens up, and now you can kind of do activities that were previously maybe not available to you. And this is also making me really think about physical health concerns, because yeah, I definitely know that things can feel really restricted if you're struggling with some kind of physical health thing. So I feel like, yeah, something that might be more pulling you down is going to be released, so that you can kind of fly. Yeah, like some kind of anchor is almost going to be taken away. And anchor's not the right word. Like some kind of heaviness or weight that was weighing you down, it's going to be chopped. Like, you know how before a hot air balloon goes up into the sky, it's like weighted down, and then you kind of take those weights away, and the air balloon can now rise up, right? And this is the energy I'm feeling for you for 2024. Okay, the devil. Yeah, facing anything that feels like it's keeping your energy imprisoned within you. And I know with energy healing and healing of any kind, like sometimes it can be really hard to know, how do I heal this? Like, what do I do to finally be free from this? And your spirit guides want you to know that you don't have to know right now. You don't have to know how it's going to happen. A lot of the time we will never know how it's going to happen or how it even did happen. So I feel like there's just this energy, like let's clarify. Okay? The Knight of Swords. Wow. Yeah, it's like your destiny is changing. The Four of Wands. Oh, that's so good. So much lightness happening. And look, the Knight of Pentacles to the Knight of Swords, that's really different energy. That's from earth to air. Oh my gosh. And that is exactly the image I was getting of the hot air balloon. Like the hot air balloon is grounded on the earth, but then if you take the weights away, whatever's keeping it down, whatever's grounding it, like whatever's, you know, weighing it down, you take them away, and the hot air balloon can rise into the sky, and you can witness all the beauty. Like the hot air balloon is doing what it's there to do. So it's like there's something that was weighing you down. Like you are the hot air balloon. In this analogy, you're the hot air balloon, and something was weighing you down, and then those weights get taken away, and you are rising, but you're doing what you were born to do. That is how your energy was always meant to be expressing itself, right? So yeah, from earth to air, there's a big almost alchemical change happening in your energy field, and that's why the healing is so strongly referenced in this reading. The Four of Wands as well, that's another home energy with the fourth house home. The Four of Wands always makes me think of home and that sense of, you know, that sense of harmony when you find people who are your soul family, or who's your partner, or who are your children, or whatever. Like there's a sense of harmony here. I just saw all these seeds flying past my window here. So I feel like there's something about how you're going to be taking off. Slow at first, but it takes off. And I feel like you might also be meeting soul family with the Four of Wands. And then I saw all those seeds, and they kind of look, they were flying past my window, and I'm like, oh, there's another one. They kind of look like white feathers, but they're like seeds. So I feel like there's all of this like spiritual energy here for you, where maybe you're going to be meeting the like your soul family or soul tribe, or something that feels really like important to you. There might also be a sense of finding home in 2024 if you haven't found home yet. And you know, whatever home means to you, is it within yourself? Is it within you know, a community? Is it within an actual land, a place on the earth that feels like home, right? All of these kinds of things, like finding home. Or maybe home means you know, meeting your child for the first time, like, and finally feeling that sense of home because you have your own family. Like these kinds of energies I'm feeling changing you and coming through for you. But with the Four of Wands, it's like there's something maybe you're going to be celebrating. Maybe you have a wedding planned, because the Four of Wands can talk about marriage. Like there's some big celebration maybe you're going to be planning, or it's going to be just taking place. And I'm feeling like it's maybe more at the end of the year, some kind of a celebration or a culmination point, perhaps, if you don't like big parties or whatever, which I don't personally. But you know, traditionally, the Four of Wands is like depicting a wedding, right? Where all these people are coming to celebrate these people's union. So the Four of Wands here, though, is speaking about harmony. And it's funny because it's kind of like, yeah, it's an interesting image on that card. Because those people here in this, they kind of see how there's like kind of people, they look like they're kind of spirit people, and that was sort of looks a little bit like the white seeds that were flying past my window just before. So I feel like there could be some, yeah, there's definitely some kind of element of finding people, maybe finding star seeds, finding your soul family, your soul tribe, your soul community that's going to be taking place. And I feel like as well, it's because your energy is going to be so different. So it's like you're going to be meeting them. Because if you think about the hot air balloon on the earth, like sitting on the earth and then rising up into the air, and it's like that hot air balloon rises up into the air and it meets all these other hot air balloons that are up there, right? And then it's like, oh my God, these are my people. This is where I'm always meant to be, right? Symbolically, that's kind of the energy I'm seeing. And with the Devil card and the Knight of Swords, this to me is overcoming programming within us that doesn't serve us, like programming of from trauma, from childhood, like where maybe you felt like, oh, I'm never gonna, I don't know, like it's, Devil talks about restrictions that we place on ourselves, like I'm never going to be able to achieve this, or I'm never going to find someone who loves me, or those kinds of ultimate kind of restrictions where it's like I'm unlovable, I'm not good enough. Those kinds of energies is the Devil. And yeah, so I see that there's some kind of like core programming or belief that you might have within yourself that is going to be disrupted in this year, and it's going to be almost uprooted and unearthed so that it's not ruling you anymore. So there's some kind of victory with the Devil card and the Knight of Swords where you're going to be shifting away from some kind of like subconscious programming that was keeping you stuck in some way, that was weighing you down in some way, or it was some kind of poverty programming, or those kinds of things that can be really deep within us from our ancestors, from the bloodlines that we're born into, and also from our past lives as well. And even like intergenerational traumas coming through, but it's like, it's sort of like, yeah, there's something, it's so deep, like with the home energy, this is like your roots, your ancestry. So there's something really resolving here, and it's been a long time coming, so it's a big deal. Okay, let's get a couple more cards, Spirit, for group 2 to finish their reading. What do you want them to know? The Queen! The Queen, woman, fertility, feminine power, sexuality, and friendships. Wasn't I talking about friendships? Soul family. Wealth. Well, that's good. Okay, so finances weren't really coming through. I guess the Knight of Pentacles is stability. So I'm feeling, yeah, stable finances. Wealth as well is, that's a great card to get. My gosh. And maybe it's like the wealth to you're going to be given more resources to heal. I'm getting with that wealth card, like the resource, whatever resources you might feel that you are lacking in order to heal, whether that's the resources of a community, of a soul family, of a partner, of money to support yourself, whatever these is, resources of the right medicine, the right treatment, you know, something like that. There's going to be an abundance of the resources that you need to heal will come in for you and will be available to you. But with the Queen, my goodness me, that is such a feminine energy. Like, wow, I feel like you're going to be really honoring the feminine and the wisdom of the feminine in your year ahead, and understanding the feminine energy within you, and having so much deep like respect. And again, the Queen is the card number 4, and then we've got the 4th house and the 4 of Wands. It's like 4 4 4. So that's the heart chakra as well. So I feel like maybe for some of you might be meeting someone in terms of, I feel like they have a feminine energy to them though. And it might be romantic for some of you, but for a lot of you, it could be more platonic. I think that's gonna depend. For some of you, I do feel it could actually be like meeting a woman that you end up being in a relationship with, and it's very deep and healing for you, and it comes at a time where you're ready for it. But obviously that's not going to resonate for everyone. But the friendships thing is also standing out for me. It's like friendships, plural, more than one, right? So yeah, I feel like there's something about you meeting community, or meeting soul family, or meeting finding home in some sense, like through some kind of cultural recognition within yourself, or chasing your roots, maybe even like doing, you know, when people find their ancestors through like DNA sequencing and stuff like that, like there's some kind of expansion you're going to have in your sense of family and your sense of home, or even like, you know, discovering more about the place you were born, or the culture that you were born into, the ancestors that you have with you. There's something about that sort of roots, your roots, the roots that you put down, wealth, yeah, some kind of wealth coming from the roots that you have in this world, and feeling really rooted. Sometimes it can feel like we aren't rooted, but I feel like you're going to feel like your roots are deep within the earth, and you really know who you are, and you really know why you're here. And yeah, I see things coming to you and happening for you. So really in 2024, you don't have to put so much pressure on yourself to like have all the answers, or know how things are going to turn out, or know where your resources are going to come from. Because with so much feminine energy, this is about magnetism. This is about things coming in for you, things happening for you, things happening in your life for you. Okay, group number 2, that's all we have time for today, but what an incredible year ahead you have for you in 2024, and I wish you all the best and all the abundance and blessings, and yeah, I'll see you really soon. Bye. Group number 3, you chose the spider. So, creative projects. I feel like you're going to be releasing a creative project into the world in 2024, and it's going to bring you great success. I see dreams coming true kind of energy, and it might be something that you've been working on for a long time. I think for most of you, there is a thread to this creative for everyone, there is a thread to this creative project that's going to be released in 2024 that has been with you for a really long time, almost like forever within you. And it's sort of like threaded through all of your life experiences, and you're going to bring it into this creative project. And yeah, so it could be for some of you, it's a project you've had in your mind for a long time, or you might have been working on it for a long time, but I see it really being released in 2024. And for others of you, it might be a creative project that you begin and end in 2024. I also feel like there's an element of this that might be like facing your fears in some way, because the spider energy, obviously, traditionally, can evoke fear, right? And I think that that's a really important aspect of the symbology of the spider, is that it is sort of about facing fear. And I feel like, yeah, so some kind of alchemy of your fears in order to release this project, or maybe fear of releasing it or something like that. But through releasing it into the world, there's going to be, and working on it, through working on this creative project and releasing it into the world, there's going to be some kind of an alchemy of a fear that you have, like a fear of success, a fear of failure, a fear that you're not good enough, or a fear of being seen for your own ideas, these kinds of things. So yeah, this is a really powerful year of like alchemy for you, where you're going to be creating and also destroying energy, like kind of transmuting that fear energy into creative power and creative potential. So this is really beautiful. And I feel like as well, there's going to be a sense of you admiring your own work. Like I feel like you're going to be proud of this project. You want to be like, just like a spider who weaves a web, like there is a beauty to that web. There's like a sacred geometry there. So there's going to be something that feels really, really aligned for you. Like you're so aligned with your life purpose, with your soul's mission, with your soul's intention. And that feels just so good. And I also feel like, yeah, you might have, it might be quite a busy year, I feel. It might be quite a busy year, and I feel like you're going to be having a lot of energy, but also using a lot of energy. So it might sometimes feel like, yeah, sometimes you might feel a little bit tired, or there might be the need to like really watch your boundaries, I'm seeing in 2024, just because right before I started filming your reading, I actually spilt some water on my desk. So I don't know if you can see any remnants of that, but that whenever I spill water, it makes me think about boundaries, and I was like tuning in with your energy already. So yeah, something about boundaries might come into like focus for you, where you are going to be benefiting from having strong boundaries in some way, or it's going to become a focus in some way. Yeah, and that might be as well because your creative project is bringing a lot more attention to you. So you might want to, yeah, it's like you're going to need to have some sort of thing in place so that you can handle that in some way, or so that you can keep your privacy or something like this. Yeah, managing publicity and privacy at the same time for you in 2024, and sort of being a part of both worlds. So yes, if you feel that, let's pull some more cards. I'm just feeling like something to do with your boundaries. Yeah, you're going to be on top of your boundaries. People might be a bit afraid of you in 2024 because you're like the spider. Oh. Ooh, and now I'm also getting like you might be shocking people. I don't think people are going to be afraid of you in like a negative way, but I feel like you're going to be really in your power, in your element, and also really focused on your project. So people might be a little bit intimidated by like the ferocity of your focus, and you might actually not have time for certain things in your life, and you might have to put up boundaries where you're like, I'm sorry, I just do not have time. I have to focus on this project. I have to like get this out. So it's positive energy, I've got to say. Yeah, and like shocking people, because people are going to be really seeing you. Maybe this is like your debut, right? Or this is a new level of something that you're producing, but shocking people in a good way, and people maybe reevaluating like how they perceive you, really stepping into your power, really shedding any kind of old skin, that like old identity that really isn't who you are. And that might be how you're shocking people, because people who've known you all your life, or who grew up with you, might be like, wow, I never thought I would, go on to see you do this, or to be like this. So it's really positive, and I feel like there's a freedom here, like with the spider energy. Yeah, it's kind of like you're giving yourself the freedom to be who you are, no matter how people respond to that, whether they love it or they hate it or they're afraid of it or whatever. It's like you just are who you are. Like a spider cannot help how people react to it, right? A spider can't help that people are so afraid of them, right? Even if they're harmless ones, most humans still react in like, right? And they don't want it in their room. They don't want it in their house. So I don't know, maybe there's something about your project that might be controversial, like not for everyone, and it doesn't have to be, but maybe it's like, again, it could just be controversial in the way that people underestimated you and maybe thought, oh, you'll always just be so-and-so. And then now you've really excelled in some area, you've shown your talents in a new way, or you've expanded your confidence or your self-expression, and people are like, okay, the way I see you is different. And it's because you're really allowing yourself to be authentically who you are, and also authentically powerful. So yeah, stepping into your power in a big way. And there's going to be mixed responses. There's going to be a lot of positive responses, because there is so much inherent beauty in this project, or in this creativity that you're bringing out. But there could also be other energies like jealousy, I'm getting as well, because you're going to be really I haven't even pulled any more cards yet. You're going to be really shining. You're going to be really in your element, really successful, and maybe like really coming into some kind of wealth, or some kind of different positions, maybe some kind of promotion, or starting your own business, or like releasing an album or a project. Yeah, wow, this is great. Okay, second house resources. Yes, second house resources. Yeah, exactly. This is like maybe you're coming into some money. I think this could easily be money. It feels, second house is really money. Like it really talks about money. I mean, there's money even on this card, and I've said money about 50 times now. So yeah, I see money being really a blessing for you in 2024. Maybe releasing this project and like graduating. I don't know if that's the right word, but reaching a new level of wealth than you have before. Wow, and back of the deck is Venus, beloved. So yes, you're so magnetic in 2024. Whatever this project is, whatever your art form is, or your voice, your ideas, really pulling people in. And Venus actually rules over the second house, which is Taurus energy. So Taurus, Venus, second house, this is a very abundant year for you. This is all of the luxuries in life being available to you. And Venus as well, maybe not having to, maybe getting to some kind of a level on next year in 2024, where you're not going to feel as what's the word? You're going to feel like things happen more effortlessly for you. So there's something really clicking into alignment where you're lined up with your life purpose and with your authentic expression, and with your abundance, with your physical material abundance is so on point. And yeah, Venus, I think you're just going to be feeling really good, like, because there's just some kind of pleasure energy that's coming through now, where 2024 is going to be a year of pleasure for you, and a year of enjoying abundance and enjoying being able to have experiences in the physical world, right? So I see the physical world really being your friend in 2024, and you're going to be really enjoying like playing in the playground of life, and you're going to feel, you're almost going to be approaching life in that way, like approaching life more from a sense of like, earth is my playground. And it's because you've somehow reached some level of like material safety or stability, where you're able to basically, yeah, feel that sense of well-being and ease. Because like, look at this, Venus is talking about abundance, then we've got second house, which is talking about like really material resources. Wow. This is also giving me like, you're going to be given the resources to be able to work on your creative projects. If that's been something that you haven't had time or energy for, or money to pursue, I'm seeing these things coming into alignment for you in 2024 so that you can pursue creative projects more. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of expansion, like things growing, things changing as well. Yeah. And maybe also, like, I see it's also this satisfaction of like, yeah, I made this for myself. Like, it's sort of like self-sufficient energy, like you are able to provide for yourself or provide for your loved ones, or yeah, you made this yourself, like something very hands-on. Yeah, and for some of you, it could also be like the project is like moving into a different way of living, like living off the land, and the project is like growing food and starting that kind of whole like different lifestyle and having the resources to do that. But yeah, with Venus, that is such a happy, pleasurable, luxurious, indulgent almost like energy, where it's like it's the energies on earth that like are so enjoyable, that make us feel like life is worth living, you know. So you're going to have a lot to look forward to. I'm feeling like, you know, always feeling a sense of, oh, and I've got this to look forward to, I've got this to look forward to. So there's, wow, a lot of beautiful change happening for you in 2024 as well, I'm getting, because there's something about the spider's web, like the spider has to keep reweaving the web. So there's something almost transitory about the web. Like, I'm seeing change happening for you. Beautiful change. Yeah, maybe change in your job as well. Change in how you are approaching work, or how you're approaching resources or receiving resources. Yeah, maybe like a change in your career path, a change in your role, your position that you have. It's very material. Wow, look at that. Judgment. That's so positive. I feel like you're also going to be like starting, look at this back of the deck. Are you serious? The Empress. Oh my God. I feel like you're going to be starting the year out really strong. Like, there's going to be some strength in your beginning of your year. And I feel that, oh my God, there's just such a ripeness here. Like, I just want to take a bite out of your year. Like, it's like a beautiful, juicy piece of fruit, you know, and it's just like so scrumptious and yummy to experience. Yeah, there's just something really like sensual and physical about your year that's just so nice to experience. Just like when you eat something really yummy, or you have just such a good experience and it feels so good. Man, maybe you really need this as well, because judgment can also talk about like, you almost earned this. And I don't know, that might not be the right word to say. I don't like how that came through, but it's like, this is yours. This is truly yours. And maybe it's not you earn this. Maybe it's more like, because I feel like earning it makes it seem like, you know, it's just not the right word. It's more like, please receive this. More like that. Your spirit guides want you to receive this, not to shy away from the blessings bestowed upon you this year. It's more like that. It's like, please know you are worthy of receiving this. Please open your heart to welcome these blessings in, and do not hide from the way that the universe wants to delight you and surprise you and love on you. Yeah, it's more like, open your heart to this and receive this, and know that you are worthy and you deserve this 100%. Okay, let's see. What else do you want to say about their year ahead, Spirit? The Page of Pentacles. There's more money. Money. Look, this is you getting your pentacles. This is you really being on your game. And the Peacock in the Page of Pentacles, like, this is making me feel like people are going to think that your creative project is very beautiful. With the Venus energy, the Empress, maybe you're even going through a little bit of a glow up. I feel like, yeah, okay, now I'm getting like this glow up energy where something about your life is going to be improving in 2024, and it's going to begin, like, there's something it's already starting now as I'm filming this in December, and your energy field is already starting to improve. And this could be to do with your health, or something like, you know, some kind of yeah, like getting, like, improving in finances, improving in momentum for your projects, this kind of thing. Yeah, I feel like with this Peacock energy, it's like people are going to be really praising you, or really magnetized to you, or really seeing your worth and your value. And that might be like almost confronting, because it might be like a lot to receive, and it might feel, yeah, it might bring up some kind of sense of like, can I really receive all of this kind of thing? And your spirit guides just really want you to kind of just relax into the energy, and to allow it to come to you, allow it to come in. And kind of, yeah, there's something about really being recognized in a really big way for your work, and that might feel, or your value in some way, and that might feel foreign or bigger than it's ever been before. But you're safe to receive it. Your spirit guides want you to know. Okay, anything else here, Spirit? The Seven of Pentacles. This is something you've been working on for a long time, like this thread of this creative project, or this lifestyle shift. Like, interpret creative project creatively. You like, allow it to, yeah, but there's something about it that's been with you forever, since you were born, and there's some thread that has been with you, and you've threaded it through all of your life experiences, and it's culminating in this expression, in this project, in this change. Yeah. Oh, the Queen of Cups. Really nice. Really. The Lovers, and the Hanging Man. Okay. Yeah, so the Hanging Man is like, Spirit wants you to basically just let go and allow yourself to receive this year. You don't have to like control and be like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't be receiving this much, or, you know, people don't actually like me. If they knew this thing about me, they would all hate me. Like that kind of thing. That kind of thinking, Spirit saying, is just, it's not true. Just like let yourself kind of surrender and allow yourself to see, maybe you're seeing yourself from a new perspective, because the Hanging Man's upside down. Like there's something about your self-image that's going to be shifting in such a positive way, where it's going to be more and more reflecting of your divinity. And you're going to be able to receive that and receive that and receive that. And yeah, it's going to be foreign, and other people from your past might be like, wait a minute, this isn't who I thought you were. But it's like, this is who you've always been. So yeah, Seven of Pentacles, definitely, again, money, material things, very stable for you in 2024, very positive for you in 2024, very abundant for you in 2024. Seven of Pentacles also talks about the harvest. So this could be your harvest year, I'm getting, with all the other abundance indicated here. This is almost like your harvest year. So enjoy that. Wow. and think about, okay, so sometimes with harvest, Spirit's showing me like they can almost feel, it can feel overwhelming. Okay, I remember when I used to have a peach tree in my backyard, and the peaches would become ripe like for only like a month or something, or even less, like 3 weeks, I don't remember, 3 to 4 weeks or something, and they would all be ripe at once and it would be so much fruit. And sometimes I would be like, oh my gosh, I can't waste this. Like I have to give it away. I have to make sure, make sure it's all used. So there might be a sense of like the abundance comes in and it's like, whoa, this is almost overwhelming. Like there's so much, but Spirit's saying, relax into that, receive that, be like, okay, I'm gonna like have fun with this. I'm gonna have fun that I have like 60 buckets of peaches. Right? And to just like lean into that energy, because that is your energy this year. And sometimes the harvest comes after a long period of no harvest, right? But this is a harvest year. Queen of Cups and the Lovers. Okay, this is like a love energy coming through now. Spirit wants to talk about your love life. What am I feeling though? What am I feeling here? Your love life, okay. You're going to feel very content with your love life in 2024. And for some of you, that means being content with being single, right? Because for some of you, that's where you want to be, and that feels good to you, right? Or content with, just casually sort of dating around. But for others of you, there might be a contentment coming in because something is like you're reaching the harvest in terms of some kind of a relationship, and actually feeling content finally again. Or so for some of you, it might be contentment in relationships is something that's new that's happening for you. And for others of you, if you're already content, then it's just going to be a very blissful year with this person. And if you like, there's a contentment, you're happy with how things are. Your Queen of Cups is like more than happy. It's like, wow, feeling super grateful, feeling really like, yep, this is perfect. I am blessed. So whatever kind of status you're in, whatever, experience you're having, I see it being really positive and your heart being really full and open. Yeah. It's like if you're single, it's single because by choice, because that's how your heart wants to express itself right now, right? So with the Lovers, I'm just seeing a sense of really strong union as well within yourself. Really, I'm seeing wholeness now coming through, a sense of wholeness and holistic, living a holistic life. So having all the kind of areas of your life feeling quite balanced and whole, rather than feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm juggling all these things and I finally get this part of my life in order and then this thing falls apart. But there's something more like whole about your year. And maybe it's because this something about the way that things are lining up where it just feels so right. It just feels so right. It feels really right. So you don't feel like there's anything missing. I mean, look at this abundance you have in 2024. You're not going to feel like there's anything missing here. Like if you're single, you're not going to feel like you're missing anything. You're just loving life and you're perfectly aligned with where you are, right? That's what I'm seeing. Okay. Group number 3. Let's pull you one more card to finish your reading for 2024 for group number 3, Spirit. What do you want them to know? The King. I love it. The King. Man. Authority. Male sexual energy. Things pertaining to the law and justice. Interesting. Things pertaining to the law. I'm getting also like this is natural law, like spiritual law. Justice. This year is justice for you in some way. Like maybe you felt like, oh my gosh, was I ever going to be able to express myself on the earth like how I want to express myself? Was I ever going to be feeling like, okay, this is right, this is everything? Like I feel like there's something, you're getting justice for that. Like maybe it's almost this energy of like having big dreams, having big goals, and maybe people from your past being like, you're never going to achieve that, right? And having those naysayers and then thinking like, well, am I? Like having those periods of doubt and then finally achieving the thing in 2024 so that you feel like, I got my justice. Like, really, really strong energy where it's like you've had to back yourself with the 7 of Pentacles. You've had to back yourself when no one else has, but you did it. And then it's like you're getting this sweet victory, this justice of like, oh, and I was right. I actually could achieve this. I actually am capable. I actually am this person. I actually can do it. So yeah, there's a lot of personal power here. A lot of personal power here. Male sexual energy. For some of you, if you are looking to be in a relationship with a man, I could see that definitely happening for you in 2024 as well, by the way. Okay, I feel like that's all that I have for your group. But I wish you so much, yeah, I wish you such a beautiful 2024. I feel like it's already going to be amazing, but yeah, just sending my blessings over anyway. And I'll see you in another video. Bye.